The whole world moves and so can I. Horizon to horizon, mine awaits. I wanna go outside and bloom with every sunrise and run just like the wind and bend just like the tree and reach up to the light and move.
Hi there, I'm glad we're together again and back outside. I'm Cassie and I'm joining you today from Rock Creek Park in Maryland. You know, I just love being outside and noticing all that can be uncovered and revealed when exploring nature. Smelling the wet ground after a rainstorm, hearing the creek and birds sing to each other up in the trees. Using my senses also makes me curious about the things I may not be able to see right away or notice on my own. Like what's happening underground and the soil beneath my feet? What movement or action is taking place inside this tree? And what's living and interacting on this moss or on this log here? When you use your senses to notice, what do you get curious about? I'll be one of your guides today as we explore some of the smallest living things in nature, how they move and why they matter in our lives. We'll have two other guides to take us on this journey too. Let's meet them now.
Hi Cassie, Ranger Natrieifia here with my friend Carter. We are here at the Appalachian Highlands Science Learning Center in Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and we are taking in this incredible view here right at Purchase Knob before we go exploring in the rest of the park. This is a really cool find. What are some observations you noticed about this stick?
It's green, it feels weird, and it smells like nothing.
Why do you think it feels weird? What kind of weird do you mean? What does it feel like to you? Go ahead, touch it.
It feels like really hard hair.
Really hard hair? That is a really good observation. So that hairy light green stuff is fruticose lichen, so it's really stringy like hair, and then the kind of flaky stuff that looks like leaves on top of each other, that is foliose lichen, and that's actually where lots of the microbes live between the folds.
It would be so cool to shrink down and meet the organisms up close.
So there is a way we can actually make them bigger using the microscope in our lab. Do you want to come with me to set it up?
I think I'm going to stay here and observe the lichen some more.
Okay, well here you go, and I'll come get you whenever it's all ready.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Whoa! I'm a cartoon now? What is this place?
Oh, hey, I've never seen you around here before.
Hi, I'm Carter. Where is here?
Hey, Carter, I'm Moss Piglet. This is my home, the soil between lichen.
Lichen? Like the green crunchy stuff I found on the tree?
What's a tree?
Don't worry about it. But what are you?
I'm a tardigrade. What are you?
I'm a human, So, what's it like living here on Lichen?
Usually it's pretty nice, but strange things have been happening lately.
Strange things? What do you mean?
My home has been shrinking. That's why I was so surprised to meet you. My friends and I haven't met anyone new in a long time.
Are those your friends coming toward us now?
Yeah, that's Regine, the classiest rotifer around, and Milani the nematode, microbe dance champion 3 years in a row.
Moss Piglet, we have to go. It's happening again.
Oh no, come on, Carter, we gotta go.
Yo, where?
We need to go.
Carter. Hey, Carter, the lab's all set up.
Huh?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I had a crazy dream.
Really? What was it about? Was it about this lichen?
Yeah.
So I took the lichen that we found on our nature walk and put it in this container to soak.
But won't that drown them?
So that's a really good question, but actually they all need the water to survive. If they're too dried out, then they won't really be active.
So is that why their planet is shrinking?
Well, that depends. If they're just drying out from lack of water, then our friends have some really cool survival abilities.
What are their cool abilities?
Cryptobiosis.
What is cryptobiosis?
So cryptobiosis is what happens when these microscopic creatures have to get dry really quickly. So they lose all their moisture and they shrivel up like little raisins. An easier term to remember is it's called the ton phase. And they have the super ability because their habitat goes through lots of extremes. So one day it can be really dry, and then the next minute it could be really wet or even hot and cold. So they need these abilities in order to survive in these extreme conditions. So why don't we take a look at this microscope? So first we're going to pipette some of this water out of here and put it in our slides. So these are actually deep well slides. That means that they have a little well in it where we put the water and then we put the top back on. That's a good amount. We don't want to overfill it. Put the top back on and then put it underneath our microscope. And let's see what's in there.
Whoa, I see a wiggly worm. He's good.
Just wiggling all over the place. Very cool. I think that's a nematode.
That looks like an inchworm. He's going up
Like
and
going
down.
in and out, up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be a rotifer, which is one of my favorites. They actually have these hooks at the top of their head, and that helps them hook onto their prey. They have these spinning mouth parts at the top that help them suck their prey back into their mouths.
Oh, I never knew that. I see whoa, I see one that looks like a bear.
Like a bear?
Yeah.
I think that might be a tardigrade. So their name actually means slow stepper because they walk like a bear. And they have other names too, like moss piglet, which is my favorite, and also water bear. And so these creatures are super cool because whenever they find their food, they send out these two spikes from this hole in their mouth, and that brings all the food into their mouth.
Well, I never knew that so many things lived in there. It reminds me of a dance party.
Yeah, it's really like a microscopic dance party. And I know a friend of mine who loves to dance and would love to hear about this. So let's see if she's around. Hey, Cassie.
Hi, Ranger Natrieifia. Hi, Carter. I love that you're seeing dance everywhere you look, even in the lab. Let's make a dance that can help us remember what we've learned. Bringing our arms together, revealing the hidden microscopic world, peering into our microscope to learn about this world and what it can teach us about our shared world. Remembering the microscopic creature, the nematode, the wiggler that's the most abundant on Earth. the rotifer with hooks and a cilia crown, moving them back and forth, up and down. And finally, the tardigrade, also known as the water bear, moss piglet, the slow stepper. From a hole in their mouth, they send out 2 spikes, pulling the food back in. We also learned about their superpower, cryptobiosis, where they quickly shrivel and become still in extreme environments until the conditions are better and they can move again. Moving now in any way that feels good for you. Bringing us back to the beginning again. Now that we have our dance, let's try it with some music. As we do the dance, we can remember all we've discovered together and how this has inspired each of the movements. As we end our dance, let's take a moment to notice how our body might feel different after dancing together. Let's also notice our feet on the ground and sense all the life that is around us. Carter and Natrieifia, it has been so fun dancing with you and to be joined by families from around the country. How wonderful to make a dance about some of the smallest living things in nature, how they move, and why they matter in our lives. Now that we have a dance, we invite you, wherever you live, to go outside and record yourself with your phone or your computer doing the dance we just made together. We would love to see this dance in all kinds of places. It could be in your backyard, in your neighborhood, or even in a nearby park. Here's the link where you can share your video of the dance we made together and see videos from others too. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to get outside, keep discovering and dancing. We'll see you next time.
And run just like the wind and bend just like the tree and reach up to the